Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping straight into a really passionate debate in the pet world.
It's a big one. Raw food versus traditional kibble.
Exactly. You've got this idea of raw feeding being what nature intended.
But then you have the other side with major veterinary groups warning that it could be, a bacterial risk. A big one, considering 50 million dogs in the U.S. eat cooked kibble.
So, our mission today is to cut through the marketing noise. We're focusing on one popular service: we feed raw.
Right. We want to look past the promises and actually investigate their safety, their claims, and figure out if it's really worth the price.
Okay, so let's start with the product itself. What are you actually getting in the box?
You're getting pre-portioned frozen meals. It's a mix of muscle meat, organs, and finely ground bone.
So it's convenient, but it's not cheap.
No, not at all. You could be looking at $70 a month for a little dog, and that can easily jump to over $400 for a giant breed.
Wow, that's a serious commitment. So how do they handle the biggest concern with raw meat, the bacteria?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. They use a technology called high-pressure processing, HPP for short.
HPP. So that's their answer to the safety issue.
It is. It's their safety shield. Instead of heat, they take the sealed food packages and hit them with an incredible amount of pressure.
How much are we talking about?
87,000 pounds per square inch. They use cold water to do it for about 3 minutes.
And that kills the bacteria.
It does. Studies show it eliminates 99.999% of the bad stuff. Salmonella, Listeria, E. coli all, without actually cooking the food.
Which explains their safety record. 0 FDA recalls operating out of USDA-certified facilities. That's impressive.
It is very impressive for them, yes.
But does that clean record for one company reflect the whole raw food industry?
That's the key question. And the answer is unfortunately no, not at all.
So if we look at the broader industry data,
The FDA's findings are pretty stark. They tested samples from across the industry and found bacterial contamination in a full third of them.
a third, wow.
Yep. And to get more specific, 8% had salmonella, and a really concerning 16% had listeria.
16%.
Right. That means 32 out of just under 200 raw food samples had listeria in them.
And how does that compare to, regular dry kibble?
It's a night and day difference.
Yeah.
Across hundreds of kibble samples, they found only 1 case of salmonella and 0 listeria.
0.
0. And this is a huge reason why groups like the American Veterinary Medical Association, the AVMA, actively discourage raw feeding. The risk is just.
Yeah.
It's documented.
But then you have the anecdotes. I mean, this is what people talk about. They see the results, the shinier coats, the better digestion. It's powerful.
It's incredibly powerful. It's a compelling story.
Yeah.
But when you dig into the actual peer-reviewed studies, they all say the same thing.
Which is?
That there is, and I'm quoting here, no solid scientific evidence that raw diets provide benefits that a complete and balanced cooked diet doesn't.
So what about the shiny coat thing? That seems to be real for a lot of people.
It likely is real, but it's probably not because the food is raw. It's most likely due to the high-fat content in these diets. You'd probably get the same result from a high-fat cooked food.
Okay, so let's boil this all down for you. With a company like We Feed Raw,
You're getting one of the safest options available. They're using that HPP technology to manage the risk.
but it exists within a category that, as a whole, is documented to be risky.
Precisely. You're paying a huge premium for that safety buffer and for benefits that are, mostly supported by anecdotes, not by long-term science.
And I think this is the most critical takeaway for you. The risk isn't just about your dog getting sick.
No, absolutely not. The real documented danger is cross-contamination to people in the house.
Especially vulnerable people.
Exactly. Immunocompromised family members, young kids, the elderly, handling the food, the bowls, even getting a lick from the dog. That's where the danger lies.
So it leaves you with a really tough final question to think about.
It does. When you're looking at these products, how do you weigh thousands of really positive, heartfelt customer stories against the very clear, very consistent guidance from the leading veterinary medical associations? It's a choice between perception and scientific data.